the devotional for August 7th. We closed yesterday's devotional with Nehemiah 8:10. For the joy of the Lord is your strength. The joy of the Lord is not only to be the strength for individual believers, but for churches. God wants churches to experience His joy and to live in that joy. The book of Philippians is a book that Paul wrote in prison under difficult circumstances, and yet the main theme of the book is joy. The point is that joy is not dependent upon our circumstances, but rather upon the Lord being in our life and being our hope. Listen to chapter 3, verse 1. Finally, my brothers, rejoice in the Lord. It is no trouble for me to write the same things to you again, and it is a safeguard for you. In other words, he is saying, do not forget about the Lord, about His blessings, about the benefits that Christ has bestowed upon you, and let that spark within you a deep joy that cannot be stolen or taken away from you. In order to emphasize the importance of something, it is repeated over and over again. And throughout the letter of Philippians, Paul reminds the believers over and over again, be joyful. Rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again, rejoice. As you look in the book of Philippians, you see there were difficult times within the church. In chapter 3, he mentions the false teachers who were causing havoc in the church. And yet Paul said, do not forget about the joy of the Lord. In chapter 4, we are presented with two women who are fighting within the church. Trouble within the church. And yet Paul goes on to say, hey, don't forget to rejoice. I'll say it again. Rejoice. You see, there's a reason for this. Depressed Christians are not able to be effective in their ministries and in their testimony for Christ because they're thinking about themselves and they are so burdened that there is a lack of joy. So it is critical, if we are going to be effective for the glory of God, to have the joy of the Lord in our lives. You see, whereas burdened Christians are joyless, joyful Christians are able to lift the burdens of others by reminding that Jesus is there.